What is going on, everybody? The UFC was eventful last night. It was a card that happened, for sure. That much we know. Usman came back big. A lot of people faded him in the fight. Thank you, Kamaru Usman, for making me some money last night. But to be fair, like on my official picks and my pick'em show, I did end up picking Joaquin Buckley. But I just thought that if you watch my predictions video, I thought that the fight would go to decision, and I thought that if it did, Usman would win. Now again, I just had this feeling that Buckley would pull the win off. He was a big favorite in the fight. So I did end up taking him by KO4. But, and to be fair to him, he by the 5th round, he was able to stop the takedowns of Kamaru Usman and get some offense off. And we'll kind of go over the stats and everything. Good to see Not in the AM, bro, in the chat. He says, the card was great up until the Wellmaker fight, and then 6 horrible fights and main and co-main were decent. Yeah, that's a fair take. Imagine a Rose fight being better than half the card, dude. What that is like, that's peak 2025 for you, right? But yeah, we'll talk about all of the fights. I think that Not in the AM, bro, makes a great point. The prelims were great, and I think a lot of cards suffer from this thing where like the prelims are good and the main card sucks, and then the main card or the prelims suck and then the main card's good. I think that the card was, at the very least, you could say it was a tough hang. Especially like that string of fights with Chiesa all the way up until like even the Shabazian fight was not very entertaining. But yeah, let's go through it, shall we? By the way, we're gonna have some content dropping. Obviously, I'll probably tomorrow morning I'll make my predictions for the upcoming UFC card. And then tomorrow, Jay from Rush Hour Fight Club, we're going to do a State of Kickboxing podcast. I got to research up on the state of kickboxing back in the day and then how it's shifted. I kind of know a little bit about that, but I'm going to watch some videos and educate myself. And then I want to do another MMA nerd later this week before I go to Australia. And I think more importantly, I'm going to be making a video tonight because I'm very bored about my good friend Isha and why he is completely delusional on thinking Phil DeFree is the best heavyweight on the planet right now. So yeah, things for your consideration. But anyway, let's talk about the UFC card. So yes, Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. Official stats: 137 total strikes for Kamaru Usman and 51 for Buckley. I'm sure a lot of those came in the 5th round. You know what? I kind of want to find a different Fight Center is good, but let's see if we can find like fight metric. I think it's called 3026 or 3027 metric. UFC has a stats page because it doesn't really tell us the whole of everything. What happens if we click on this? Get a round by round. Yeah, we do. Oh, perfect. This is so much better. Perfect. A lot of the fights people expected to be bangers were very, very bad. I agree. Guess I don't know if you can see this. It doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, All right. So the significant strike totals are interesting because 41 significant strikes and 44 for Joaquin Buckley. You can see though his accuracy was very low, 29% for Buckley. 4 of 13 takedowns. So a lot of those takedowns were stuff, but I think that came mostly in the 5th round. 12, almost 13 entire minutes of control time for Kamaru. And obviously Buckley going mostly to the head and the feet. Kamaru Usman did land some ground and pound, which was nice. So with the particulars out of the way, the real question I think on my mind is Kamaru Usman back, and have we seen the best of Joaquin Buckley? First of all, with Joaquin Buckley, I think this was just a horrible style matchup for him. And if we look back through Buckley's record, I don't think he's ever fought. I mean, he's never fought a former champ. Like, well, obviously he fought Colby Covington, former interim champion. But yes, if we check out New Mance's record here, obviously his last fight was Colby, and he washed him. Stephen Thompson, Nursultan Ruzabayev, Vincente Luque, Alex Morano, Andre Fialio. Lost to Chris Curtis and Nasruddin Imavov. I would say Imavov is a grapple-heavy guy. But, I mean, really looking through his record, I mean, this is the biggest name on his record, biggest spot ever for him. And it doesn't surprise me that he fell flat. What's up, Chris Gregg? Good to see you. Did you hear the commentary trashing Buckley, basically saying he trains with yes men and no one with real wrestling? I did. You bring up a great point there, not in the AM, bro. That's a tough one because at the very least, they have they're right that like he was definitely not prepared for the wrestling of Kamaru Usman. Now, whether that means in the training room he didn't do enough, or Kamaru Usman is just that dude. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to wrestling, I think is up for debate. Because again, like we're not in the training room, we don't know what's happening in there. I do think the commentary was a little harsh. Mingle, what's up? There's no shame in losing to an all-time great like Usman. I 100% agree with you. But yeah, I mean, this was his toughest fight. Buckley will be back. Yeah. I mean, Buckley's he's a very exciting fighter, very strong. And again, he showed us throughout the fight in the 5th round, he was able to stuff those takedowns. Who picked Buckwheat? What's up, WMC? I did all my picks, but I bet Usman. And again, Usman was plus 450 by decision. And I was just like, duh, like you throw some money on that, 100%. But yeah, sticking to Buckley, I think Mingle makes a great point. Like he will be back. He will be an exciting fighter. He just needs the right style matchup, and this was the wrong one for him in the wrong time. I think the reason why people were picking Buckley and why he was favored in this fight is just because, again, Kamaru Usman, almost a 2-year layoff. There's rumors that his knees are shot. Taking that loss to Leon, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think on paper you're like, oh, Leon can knock out Buckley, who's had bad performances as of late. Or if Leon can knock out Usman, who's had bad performances of late, then Buckley can do it, right? But, you know, it's like, that was like a Hail Mary moment. That was like just an electrifying moment and something that nobody was expecting to happen. And then taking a loss to Hamza is like, that fight was extremely competitive, up a weight class at middleweight. So this being Buckley's toughest test and him not passing it with flying colors, I think a lot of people are going to be sour on him. But again, he showed me a lot of great things in that 5th round. I think it was really, really impressive to see not only him make the adjustments by the 5th, but just be there to hurt Kamaru in the 5th, stuff the takedowns. Like, showed me a lot. And how old is Joaquin Buckley? He's currently 31, so he's in his prime. Again, he might not get ever see a championship belt. But god damn it, isn't welterweight just so awesome right now? I mean, seriously, like, the welterweight division has just become stacked. And switching the topic to Kamaru, like, what a performance for Kamaru Usman. Like, vintage Marty from Usman performance. Able to control a guy, fight smart. Kamaru Usman's jab has always been a thing of beauty, and it really was on point Saturday night. I was really impressed with what Kamaru was doing. He would get caught with a shot once in a while, but every time Buckley was pushed to the warning track, he shot for that single leg perfectly. And again, it did deteriorate over time his ability to get Buckley to the ground. But again, 13 minutes of control time. God damn. Vintage Kamaru Usman. The real question is, what's next for Kamaru? If we check out the rankings, and they will be updated tomorrow. Oh, yeah, maybe not do that. Go here. Take a look at the rankings. Like, so you have Bilal at 1, Sean Brady, Shavkat, Leon Edwards, Kamaru at 5. Did they already update the rankings? Buckley at 7. So I guess we could start at the top 10. Like, Gilbert Burns, I have no idea why he's still even ranked. Already beat him. Colby already beat him. Great fight. Already beat him. Michael Morales, I think that's an interesting fight. That's an interesting fight for Kamaru. But I think you'd see Kamaru like implement a game plan similarly to the one he did. I think that Morales is a faster starter. Could give him some problems early, but it's gonna be 5 rounds. Beating Kamaru over 5 rounds is a tall task for Michael Morales. Just beat Buckley. Ian Gary, I would think would be a favorite to beat him. But, yeah, do you know what? Kamaru, I think I would pick Kamaru to beat Ian Gary. Straight up. I mean, would you guys pick if they announced Kamaru Usman versus Ian Gary, like, would you pick Kamaru Usman to win that fight? I might. I mean, that's a good matchup. That's a great matchup. Leon's still ranked 4th. You can't imagine they'd run that one back. They might. I mean, let's be honest. Like, their fights were not that great. You got that great moment, the singular great moment from it, but Shavkat beats Kamaru Usman. Sean Brady beats Kamaru Usman. The champ beats Kamaru Usman. Him versus Bilal, I would like to see. I think that might be the fight to make next. Is Kamaru versus Bilal. I always believed in Usman. I wish I had time to pay. I wish I had more time to pay attention to the sport. I'd be making bank betting. Hey, listen, man, like, you know, just do it casually. Like I did for a time, but I really don't gamble on MMA. Every once in a while, though, I'll be like, damn, look at these odds. Like, when you get that feeling, bro, just make a bet. Make a small bet, $10. That's what I did. A lot of times I do lose my bets, though, to be totally honest. That's why I like $10. Buckley took the loss. Well, he shows he wants to get better. That's a great point. Shavkat versus Usman would be fun. That's a tough one. He'd destroy Gary. Gary doesn't have the power and explosiveness that Buckley has. Yeah, but Usman beats Gary today. Yeah, but like the problem with fighting a guy like Ian Gary is how he slows a fight down to his pace. And I think it would be a close decision. I think it would be much closer than this fight, which, by the way, it was a wash. Did you see one of the judges fucking... Here, let's see. It's pulled up. Usman versus Buckley. Scorecards. Do you guys see one of the judges? Check this shit out, dude. Oh, it's fucking Jamie Linhorst. Sorry. Yeah, let's check this out. Look at this. Okay, one of the judges, which would be Mike Bell. Shout out to Mike Bell. He gave round 4 and 5. Every judge gave round 5 for Buckley, damn straight. He gave round 5, or he gave round 4 to Joaquin Buckley. Like, bruh, what? Like, check this out. Do we get the round by round here? Oh, I guess we don't. Yeah, like round 4 to Buckley is kind of crazy to me. That needs to be fired ASAP. Kamaru won 4 rounds comfortably and not even debatable. I 100% agree. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like round 4 to Buckley, like what? But yeah, either way, like the fight would be much closer with Ian Gary. Even if you think that Usman beats Gary, like I think that it goes to decision, and it's a close fight. I'd pick Kamaru to win. Usman was unscathed after that Buckley fight. Isn't that wild? I was thinking the same thing myself. I was like, bro, Kamaru Usman doesn't even have a scratch on him. Like, what the fuck? I didn't watch his post-fight interview, but I did hear that you got the Kamaru Usman of old, telling scary stories with this voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the best in the world. So, at least we see Kamaru's got his mojo back, which I'm happy for. Kamaru Usman is one of the best. He has one of the best welterweight title runs of all time. Like, you can't deny that. Incredible win streak. Top 5 best UFC welterweights in history, hands down. So it's great to see him, get a win over Buckley in a fight that he was a underdog in. But I don't think he wins the belt back. I think that time has passed. I mean, he's 37, 38. Like the sport's already passed him by. But so sick to see former champion Kamaru Usman get a vintage performance. I had fun watching the main event. Yeah, shout out to Kamaru Usman. He did some good work last night. I don't think that he is gonna be champ ever again, which isn't like, again, that's not a bad thing to say about Kamaru Usman. Like, I think that it's like, was he gonna fight at 40? Like, I just don't even understand what the point is anymore. But it was awesome to see him get a win here, and hey, if he can keep making money getting wins off of some up and comers, that's cool. I wonder when he would call it a day. I guess the only question remaining is, like, what is the fight you guys want to see for Kamaru Usman next? For me, the issue with a Bilal fight, which I think is the most interesting. Usman makes so much money, it doesn't make sense for him not to fight. Yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. I just Father Time comes for us all, man. And what does Usman make? 800 and 800? I have no idea because the UFC won't release pay information. Because they have a monopoly on the sport, and they can do that. Also, TKO is a publicly traded company, so it doesn't really make sense for us to not know, like, their financials. If he doesn't make 800 and 800, I would be very upset because he should be making more than that per fight. But I understand your point, and again, I guess that sounds weird, me saying what's the point of him fighting anymore? For money, that's the goal, right? But I'm just sitting here like, the guy's 38 years old. He's not in his prime, so it's like, I don't know. I personally don't really give a shit about fighters hanging on too long and fighting past their prime. Like, I just really don't care. Like, when Jose Aldo was, like, lost to fucking Mario Bautista and everyone's crying foul, I'm just like, who fucking cares? Like, Jose Aldo's not in his prime anymore. Like, duh, he's losing the guy. He's like, yeah, but I watched him win the WEC title. It's like, good for you. Like, who fucking cares? He should not be fighting very much longer, Again, I understand it's fun to celebrate legends of the sport, and Jose Aldo had a good performance against Amin Zahabi not too long ago, but it's like, I don't know, your brain is like, you only get one brain in life, and the damage that it takes being punched is nothing to scoff at. I mean, I could go through endless stories of fighters that took brain damage and, like, are barely functioning today, like, need a lot of help. So I guess that's my only point. I don't mind Kamaru Usman having, like, 2 or 3 more fights, but I think after that it's time to call it a day. I would hate to see him. Again, I would hate to see any fighter just fight past their career. Jose Aldo's a bad example because he's still in very competitive matches, and Kamaru might be the same, but it's like the toll that fighting takes on your body is nothing to laugh at, man. It's very, very serious shit. Call me a hater, call me whatever you want, but those are the facts are the facts. Before we continue with the card, let me just quickly share the results of the Tapology group last week. Shout out to one Mr. Sean Moody. After all the shit I talked on him, telling him his picks suck, which they still are not good. He wins this card again. He wins this card, gets his second win of the year, and he is #1 contender for winning $100 by the end of the year. Again, if you join the Tapology League, it's in the description of my channel, Combat Casual on YouTube. Whoever gets the most event wins at the end of the year, I'm going to give $100 to, personally, out of my pocket. So yeah, shout out to Sean for winning. Fall #2, Brudda 9000 tied with him. CSP promoter at 4 with Aaron Tatz. Barter at 6. He was in the lead for a lot of the card. Yours truly in 7th. Denial at 8. G Belize tied with him. Tied for 10 is Skeletor and Nande Ambro. Nick the Dane at 12. Cheddarhead at 13th. Granite at 14th. Tied with Matua, the UFC Ape, and Strickland's Burner. Brandor and Bodak at 18th. Kiwi at 20th. And then Skibbity, City Life, and Kieran didn't pick all the fights on the card. But shout out to everybody for at least picking half the fights right. That means we got some good pickers in our league, man. I always say if you pick at least half the card right, you done good. So yeah, let's go into the next fight after read some comments. I think Colby makes 600 and 600, so surely Ulian makes more. I hope so. Show Other says, pain. Facts. What were your thoughts on Giuliano last night? Shocked you let him smoke cigs in your house. I don't live in a very nice house. We'll just say that, first of all. I used to smoke weed in my house all the time. I don't mind people smoking cigs in my house. I understand it's gross, but I don't smoke cigarettes. I mean, I vape in my house. I don't really mind. But again, it's just like it's a rental. It's like, whatever. Who cares? My landlord certainly doesn't give a shit. Thoughts on Giuliano? He is a very solid dude. Nice guy. Bro, let me tell you something. He was trying to tell me that he would whoop me in a game of Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I fucking tuned him up. I think we played 9 games. He got absolutely destroyed. 7 lives each. He got me down to two times. Good on him. But listen, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I'm the champ. Champ has his name. It's Idaho Fight Fan. It's combat casual. But, you know, I think if I went to like an actual Super Smash Bros. Tournament, I'd get destroyed. The problem Giuliano had last night is, and I picked up on this very quickly, every time he gets attacked, if he's closer to this side of the stage or this side, when he gets attacked, he rolls to the side that's closest to the edge, and that was easy to pick up on. Also, he would get me flying, and he has no punishing ability. Like, he has no ability to chase me and like hunt me down. So yeah, that was easy work. But it's always fun to have somebody that you can have a competitive match with on Super Smash Bros. Because that is a very tough task for me. Usually I just own everybody. And it was inevitable in the end that he would get owned. But yeah, I actually tried to hit him up today, and no response. So hope he you know what I'm saying? Like, what I've learned in MMA YouTube is if people are down to meet up with you, go to events with you, those people are solid inside the space. Anybody else, it's cool to chat with them and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but that can oftentimes be the determining factor in like who's a solid person in the space and who's not, especially when it comes to like a content creator. Geo owes Tersey. So I missed the co-main event. Went and picked him up, and we got to my place just in time to catch the main event. And first thing he tells me is he's got $3,500 on Buckley to win. And I'm like, shit, dude. So honestly, it was a little uncomfortable. Like, the first time you meet somebody, right? And they're like, I got $3,500 on this fight that we're watching. And like, just the downgrade of you know, hype that he had for the fight, just going down and down. It was a little uncomfortable to see somebody so upset over a fight. But yes, Giuliano does owe Tersey $3,500. Let the record show. Yeah. Anyway, good to see Aaron, dude. Glad to have you. You came in on the Glory stream, and you're still rocking with us now. Shout out to you, Aaron. How are you doing today? So yeah, we're gonna talk about Rose versus Miranda Maverick, which I just recently caught up on before the show. Rose Namajunas, I mean, 25 of 25, tied up on significant strikes. It was the control time of Rose Namajunas. Ultimately, they got her the decision. 2 of 4 on takedown attempts, 46 total strikes landed in the fight. Really, I didn't really have any interest in this fight, and it turned out to be a better fight than I thought it would be. But you know what really surprised me is how damn good Miranda Maverick looked in a loss. I already knew she would lose. Like, Rose is just too good. But yes, as Big Ank says, she almost had the sub over Rose. That was an interesting moment at the end of the second round. But yeah, man, I mean, Miranda Maverick's never going to be like, she's a good like perennial top 15 contender, or, you know, like around 15 contender, but she's never going to be, you know, better than that. I think that's important to note, only because Rose getting the win here is like, yeah, shit, we got the rankings right here. I've often said that flyweight is the best women's division, especially as of recent. Like, man, we got so many fun contenders coming up. You got Rose ranked at 7th. She took on number 11, Miranda Maverick. She already beat 10, Tracy Cortez. Already beat Andrade, I think. Well, Andrade slammed her on the head, and then I think they had a rematch. I think Viviane Araújo and her would have a competitive fight. But, past that, outside of Macy Barber, she already beat Erin Blanchfield. Let's see. Yeah, no. Erin Blanchfield already beat her. She already lost to Manon Fiorot. And I just think she's in a weird spot. Like, Rose versus Jasmine in Vancouver main event next. I would like that. But I think Jasmine Jasudavicius beats her, like, easily. She's a lot bigger than her. I would like to... I mean, it's just tough. Like, Rose constantly chasing the 125 belt. I don't think that it's ever going to happen for her. I think that the top of the division, I mean, they've already beaten her. And hey, what's up, B? Good to see you. Gotta write an essay, only half listening. Hey, no worries. Appreciate you being in the chat. Shout out to B, the homie. I don't think Rose chasing like the 125 belt is. It's never gonna happen for her. Just from my eye, like Rose versus Jasmine would be sick, but Jasmine easily beats her, especially if she had a hard time at times with Miranda Maverick. Jasmine Jasudavicius beats her easy, you know what I'm saying? Natalia Silva beats her. Manon Fiorot already beats her. Her versus Alexa Grasso, I think, would be very fun. We'll see if Macy Barber even fights again. But yeah, I think she's able. She'll be a good gatekeeper to the top 10, and I think that that's all she will be for the rest of her career. At the most, you know what I'm saying? Like, she might pull an upset win here or there, but as far as being the champ in this weight class, I don't see it ever happening. You would think she'd be able to go down to 115 and like have an easier time. I mean, you could throw her right into another title fight with the champ. I think she's better at 115, but that's just me. Nanda Ambrose says, I don't get the UFC push of Rose. She's so boring. Rose Namajunas is a great fighter. She's a great fighter. But yeah, I wholeheartely agree with you. And I think it is a little harsh, but I think that I'm still just salty over that Carla Esparza fight. It's so terrible. Worst fight I've ever seen. UFC push. I mean, you don't get the UFC push. Well, I hate to break it to you, but just like my opinion of things is like any fighter that, I mean, think about it. Rose has been very active. I think any fighter that succumbs to the will of the promotion without any pushback is always going to get the push. And that's just the reality of the situation. They just want subservience. And they get it out of most fighters. So I'm pretty sure she's always main eventing and co-main eventing. It's because the promotion has an easy time with her. They say, hey, will you fight here? Will you fight there? She says, yep, no problem. No pushback from her. Any fighter that gives them problems, they will always, have a hard time promoting and not want to push. What's my goat milk percentage? Good to see all these people from this person's stream that always come in and ask me my goat milk percentage. I've told you guys plenty of times. It's 69%. Like guys, Every time you guys raid my stream, I tell you the same thing. It's 69%. I mean, it never fluctuates. It's always been 69%. It'll remain 69%. 69% goat milk percentage is always there. Can you please gently explain to us your goat milk percentage so we can actually evaluate if you're full of shit? It's 69%. I don't know how else to tell you guys. I've prove it. I mean, listen, I've been telling you guys it's 69% year in and year out. You guys have rated my stream plenty of times, and I've told you every time, 69%. I don't get Moss's goat obsession. I don't even know who that is. Whoever rated me, thank you. I've been at 68% for weeks. Well, dude, you're just not trying hard enough. I don't know. Like, listen, man, you just got to push it to the limit, Pale Monkey. All right. I think you can do it. And I believe in you. All right. Liar. Hey, listen, I mean, you can go back to any stream you guys have rated before. And I've told you plenty of times, it's 69%. I've never switched up. It's always been 69%, and it'll always be 69%. Moss's MMA holes, aka Gummy Gang. Well, shout out to Gummy Gang. Liar. Hey, you know what? I don't need to prove shit to you guys. I've told you guys plenty of times. It's 69%. Good to see Tress in the chat. What's your? I've been saying this for years now. It's 69%. Are you gonna go over your goat titties? No. I'm having milk mint shit. Oh, that sounds so good. MMA holes clowning around to get to 69%. Yeah. Goat milk mint chip ice cream. Yeah. I mean, if you guys aren't at least at 69%, then you're just not trying hard enough. I don't even know what to tell you. It's really not even that hard. Thank you, MMA holes, for the raid. So yeah, man, Rose Namajunas to wrap up. I don't ever see her being champ at 125. Anyway, the next fight we're going to talk about is Shabazian versus Petroski. I stupidly picked Petroski to win in this fight. Edmund Shabazian did a lot better than I thought he would. Holding Petroski to only 23 seconds of control time over 2 takedowns. I really personally thought that Shabazian would struggle with the grappling aspect and just get, lose a decision at least to Petroski. You don't try hard enough. Not all the time. I don't. Thanks for being a good sport. Hey, no worries, Pale Monkey. Hey, love you guys too. Edmund's striking looked really good. That's a great point too. He looked on. I mean, but like Edmund's striking has always been good. The issue with Shabazian is just that like he gets held down or he gets subbed by Gerald Mearshart. You know what I'm saying? Moss is mad I outed him. Whatever. He'll be fine. But yeah, I was just surprised that Edmund was able to. He showed a lot of improvement, and I don't rate Petroski like super highly. I don't think he's like a great he's not gonna be like a top 15 guy, but it's a competitive weight class and a really good test for Shabazian. Again, I had picked Petroski to win this fight, so glad to see some improvement finally from Edmund Shabazian. I really think that training at Extreme Couture, leaving Edmund Tarverdian's gym, is doing wonders for his career, and it's showing. Like he's proving to us that is the case. So yeah, I'm really hyped to see what Edmund does in his next fight. He's only 27, exactly, man, same age as me. What am I doing with my life? I'm fucking talking about MMA on YouTube. So yeah, man, good win for Petroski, for Shabazian. I'm so glad to see some improvements finally. Honestly, with something that weird being the raid, it can only be the guru or MMA. Yeah, MMA holes. Him and Abdul Malik trained together. Really? Interesting. Yeah, Extreme Couture has always been a solid gym. Good win for Shabazian. Barcelos versus Garbrandt. Again, I picked Barcelos to win. Some people were saying vintage Garbrandt. Like, did you guys feel that way? Because I really didn't. Actually, sorry. What am I talking about? Barcelos won. Jeez. I didn't watch the scorecards being announced. Sorry. Yeah, Barcelos got the win. People were saying like it looked like vintage Garbrandt in the first, and we did see the fast combos from Garbrandt, but Barcelos just kind of outlasted him, was able to hang with him. It was nice to see Cody clip Barcelos at times, but he did have issues with the singular takedown that was landed from Barcelos. Cody, man. He looked really good in the first round, and as the fight went on, he just I think it was somebody in my chat was saying like he's gonna gas out, and that's basically what happened. Like he just was not able to keep the pace up throughout the second and third round. Yeah, everybody's breaking the fight down. Honestly, really good. First round was vintage Cody. Cody did look good early, but the taunting costed him. I don't know if it costed him that much. Nah, he looked good round one. Then he didn't do shit for 2 rounds. If he actually went all in, he would have finished Barcelos. Okay, I see your point. I'm really not sure about that. Hyoni outworked it. Cody's gas tank has gone to shit. How he styled on Cruz for that many rounds is insane. Yeah. But again, like Pete Cody's never coming back. I don't care if he's got a new face tat. It's like, sorry, bro. It's just this ain't it. I don't know, man. I've never really like, and again, I wasn't there for Cody's run, so I've never really been too high on Garbrandt, and you can understand why because like okay, when he knocked out fucking what the fuck is that? Oh, a Sun Sao. Like that was sick. But a Sun Sao was like already on his way out, right? So I think that Garbrandt will still put on great fights, fun fights. And he'll still be a fun contender. He's still so young. Maybe not contender, but like a good gatekeeper, a good name for fighters to build their name off of. I do think that the UFC like tried to give Cody like a good fight in this one, like a good style matchup, but it kind of just fell flat. And as you guys said, Barcelos just was able to outlast him. Good all-around fighter, and yeah, he got it done, man. Barcelos putting together a pretty nice little win streak now, so fun to see what he does next. Hot take: there was no Pete Cody. Wow. He had one amazing performance. That would be Pete Cody, right? Ione should fight like a Davy Grant or a Yanez next. I mean, do you guys want to do another matchmaking show? I can do that. Do that like on Wednesday. I think he beats Yanez. You know what? Those are great matchups, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think Barcelos is a guy that like they really want to push, though. Do it, says Dirty Hippo. Do another matchmaking show? That's not peak to me. That's just an anomaly. Well, yeah, but the anomaly would be the peak. Anyway, let's run through the rest of the results. You had Mansour. So you had this string of just these terrible, terrible fights, and we can kind of talk about all of them in one little segment here. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. You had Alonzo Metafield versus Umar Sy. You had Paul Craig versus Bellato. We'll talk about that. Yeah, and you had Chiesa versus McGee, and this was the tough hang of the card, man. This string of fights brought the card to its knees, and it was so fucking bad. Like, you had Chiesa versus Court McGee first, and it really just like put a whole curse on the card. They did literally like almost absolutely nothing to each other for 15 minutes. Chiesa gets the win. My pick is right. At least there's that. I did have him by sub, which is just crazy to think. Like, if we take a look at that fight, it says 72 significant strikes were landed for Chiesa. False. There were 0 significant strikes landed for anybody ever in this fight. Both men were landed 0 fucking takedowns. The fight was terrible. It was not fun. Good for Chiesa to get the win, but yeah, pretty much a nothing burger. And a sad performance for both men. Gosh, Chiesa just retire. If only dreams came true. If I had wheels, I'd be a wagon, but that is not the case. Menefield and C was bad. Sucked. Umar C takes the L, his first L. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, no. He takes the L, his first L. And I think we finally learned that Umar C is not good. He looked good on the regional scene. Now in the big show, he's not good. Still very young, still can develop. Happy for Menefield that he got the win. And then Mansour Abdul Malik and Cody Brundage was terrible. Up until the third round, they finally started scrapping, and that's what we hope for. There was a lot of dick kicks in this fight, too. Anyway. But yes, we do have to talk about Paul Craig versus one Mr. Rodolfo Bellato. Before we do that, that's a false peak. The Cody in the Cruz fight was the same Cody in the TJ fights. TJ is just way better than him. Yeah, TJ was a fantastic bantamweight. And if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike. Well, there you go. Guys, I was not entirely convinced that I wasn't entirely convinced that the reaction from the upkick from Bellato was fake, but I have recently came across a Twitter clipping, which I think is worth sharing here on this very podcast.
Fakest shit I ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, God. Now, this is from MMA Joey, unfortunately. But let's check this out. So, this wasn't the one. Where did I see that? I saw a clip. I thought it was from MMA Joey. It showed that... and again, I don't follow MMA Joey. I just saw this clip on Twitter. Yes, right here. Check this out. The kick didn't even land. Dude, super slow-mo. The kick lands on his neck. All right, fair enough. I'm sorry, sir. That is not enough. Here. Do it like this. That is not enough to knock you out cold and make you think that the referee is trying to grapple you after you wake up in a seized state. Look at that, dude. The kick didn't land. Oh, my God. Like, bro, the kick did not land. It didn't land. Okay, so I'm sorry for everybody who called it fake at the start. They said, this is stupid, it's fake. He faked it. I was like, maybe. And again, my point being, like, even if it wasn't fake, it was still the weirdest thing I have ever seen in an MMA fight. But yes, the kick did not land. And then, again, Bellato falls to his back, looks at the ref as he's falling, and then his eyes close and his hands drop, and then he wakes up, tries to grapple the ref. I told you immediately, yes, you were absolutely correct, Dirty Hippo, as usual. And yeah, I was just like, man, after seeing that, I was like, bro, the kick did not land. The kick didn't land. I was like, damn, all right. So no way that kick would have knocked him out. And yes, the fight ends in a no contest, which is actually the better outcome, right? Like, I thought it would be a DQ loss for Craig. Nope. And there is a case to be made that Paul Craig should be traded to Ryzen. I would not hate that. Yeah, let's go Ryzen Paul Craig. What are we doing? Like, trade Paul Craig to Ryzen for for who though? I don't know. Whoever. Oh, Seika Izawa, right? The kick didn't land, but his future acting career did. Yeah, you think they'll cast him in like a new Disney live action remake? I would be down for that. What do you think? What Disney movie you guys want to see? Live action remake you want to see Bellato in? Oh, I got it. Road to El Dorado. Road to El Dorado. We're casting Rodolfo Bellato in the new Road to El Dorado live action remake. Quentin Tarantino wants his number. That is actually an angle that is worth running with because Quentin Tarantino has a weird foot fetish. Just saying. There's a lot of different angles you could go with that. What a random movie to pick. I mean, the guy's from Brazil. Road to El Dorado's, it's not geographically accurate, but you know what? It's close enough. All right. Didn't they like draft a bunch of Mexicans for like certain movies that didn't have to do with anyway? I'm going off on a tangent here, but anyway, yes. So this string of fights were terrible. Imagine if Tarantino found out who not name, bro. He already knows. Guarantee you, he already knows who Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's been on his radar for a long time. Guarantee it. There's no way that Quentin Tarantino doesn't know about Alexa Grasso. All right. Anyway, Cameron Wellmaker knocked out Chris Moutinho with a hell of a punch. A punch from hell that just flatlined Chris Moutinho. Was awesome. It was awesome to see. And Cameron Wellmaker, man, this guy's got a lot of power. I see him having great potential in this weight class. We'll have to see him against like somebody who doesn't suck ass. Because guys, Chris Moutinho sucks ass. I did like that Chris was able to kind of tie up Wellmaker at times and land some strikes. But this ain't it for you, bro. This ain't it for you. The UFC is not your place. Go back on the regional scene and crush some cans. UFC signing Chris Moutinho just to get slaughtered like this is embarrassing and sad. Poor fucking guy. And for that, I think that they deserve some shame. I've seen enough Wellmaker beat the mighty Chris Moutinho. He's going to be a GOAT of the sport. Oh my God. Where is that? We need that guy. We need that guy who was in the chat that's like, nah, dude, just wait. Chris is going to come back. He's the GOAT. Did you bet on Usman like I told you to yesterday? 100%. 100% I did. You think Moutinho gets another fight? Yeah. 100%. They're gonna do like Chris Moutinho. Like, what did he do? What did he do? Did he was he like hitting on some UFC execs? wife or something. And he's going to get another fight and he's going to get hurt again. It'll probably be some Contender Series bum after he wakes up. They'll send him another contract. Doesn't Contender Series start like really soon? Yeah, it'll be like some Contender Series guy, and then he'll knock him out, and they'll be like, "See, Sean O'Malley couldn't knock out Chris Coutinho, but this guy did," and it'll be the whole thing all over again. But again, I don't. That's kind of what I want to talk about. It's like because Cameron Wellmaker knocked out bum Chris Coutinho, now he's fucking, like obviously to do something that like a guy valued very highly couldn't do is impressive. I'll give you that. But again, it's not like it was against a good opponent. You know what I'm saying? And whether or not you think Sean O'Malley doesn't have any power, he beat the shit out of Chris Coutinho like handily. And also, I think that fight deteriorated Chris Coutinho's chin. But yes, Cameron Wellmaker, regardless, has a bright future in the sport. He is 31 at this weight class, which is kind of crazy to think about because he seems like he's just this young guy, but no, he's just new to the UFC. So I think we're already seeing the complete version of Cameron Wellmaker. But either way, it is a very, very exciting and fun version of him. And I'm hyped to see what he does next. I think that you need to quickly give him some better competition. But again, like I said, during the fights, like the guy's probably got a really shitty contract. So I wouldn't want to see him rush too far up the rankings without getting compensated for it. But yeah, it is what it is. Good to see Nick. He says he's going to watch this tomorrow. Sounds good, man. Where is Plan Milk at? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The homie. He'll be O'Malley's bounce back fight. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? That would be terrible. Contender starts in August. I wonder how they do Contender this year with Dana wanting to be away from the UFC. I think that Dana is excited about Contender. So I don't think we'll have any issue with that. By the way, I just thought of something random. Remember when everyone was trying to tell me that the UFC Apex was going to go away because it was going to be under construction? And I was like, no, they're not. Why would they ever do that? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so this is just another kind of overblown thing. Like Dana is genuinely excited for a Contender Series, unlike Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber or the UFC event in fucking Canada. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. Good win for Cameron Wellmaker. Jose Ochoa destroyed Cody Durden. I picked Cody Durden to win this fight. I didn't know a lick about Jose Ochoa, and man, did he beat the absolute dog shit out of Cody Durden, knocked him out. Sick-ass knockout. Good for him. Excited to see what he does next. 30 significant strikes landed to 9 for Cody Durden. Oh, my goodness, dude. Fucking Cody Durden just got fucking destroyed. I think a lot of people are happy about that. Ricky Simone was able to dominate Cameron Smotherman, not get a finish. So that is kind of concerning. Cameron Smotherman fought well as the fight went on, but stepping out on short notice, so got to give a lot of credit to him. Phil Rowe Angelusa was a fun fight. That ended in knockout. Good job for Phil Rowe making the adjustments. Able to knock Angelusa out in a fight he was losing. And then Jamie Lynn Horth beat the absolute dog shit out of Vanessa Demopoulos, so hopefully we don't have to see much more of her. Yes. Anyway. That pretty much wraps the card up. But yeah, I mean, again, UFC makes bank from the Apex. Low cost, high income. Yeah, people were trying to tell me it was going to go away because of construction. I was like, you guys are stupid. Oh, what is up, Paradox? Good to see you. Yeah, I think we pretty much ran through the whole card nicely. I think that just, again, like, what's next for Kamaru, I think is the main topic. If you guys want to, maybe tomorrow night, I'm going to do a couple videos tomorrow. Again, if you guys missed it, I'm going to do a podcast with Jay from Rush Hour Fight Club on the state of kickboxing after Glory 100. I want to do another MMA nerd. Paradox, are you down to do an MMA nerd? Let me know. I want to make a video tonight, though, on Isha. I want to make a video on Isha because he is just losing his mind. Talking about Phil DeFries being the best heavyweight on the planet. And I want to just make a video basically saying why he's not. And again, Isha is the only person on the planet that thinks Phil DeFries is the best heavyweight on the planet. So I don't know. I think it'd be fun to, just go through why he's not. I think he's delusional. But anyway, yeah, I think Bilal is. I think it's got to be Bilal, right? No? Am I tripping? Bilal versus Usman, you can make it a main event. Does anyone want to see that fight? Or would you rather see him versus, like... Because I think you got to do... Because you're going to get... I figured out a way to get roids to Chris that will pass. Yo, we were just talking about you, dude. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad he found his way into the stream. Who should Chris Moutinho fight next? But yeah, okay, so you do JDM, Islam, that's the fight's going to happen. You do Shavkat and Brady for #1 contender. And then you do Bilal versus Kamaru, but then that kind of doesn't make that much sense. I guess we got to pull the rankings back up. Because it's like, okay, if it's Bilal versus Kamaru, then it's like, okay, well, then you got to give one of them a title shot next. That kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm into that. Yeah, so let's check this out one more time. Or do you do Ian Gary versus Kamaru and Michael Morales versus Bilal? Or like some iteration of Ian and Morales versus either Bilal or Usman? Or do you do like Protez Morales? That sounds like a sick fight. But I guess Morales is higher ranked than him and didn't just take an L recently. Welterweight's fun again, guys. What if you did Buckley versus MVP? That would be fun. I don't know. There's a million ways you can go with the welterweight division. Ooh, I forgot about Leon. I think Morales should fight Leon. Ooh. Showweather's on to something. Dude, Showweather has some good takes, man. Okay, but who does Bilal fight? Who does Kamaru fight? Like that's the question we're asking. Kamaru Bilal's like keeping the, because they're really high ranked already, and it's like keeping the division where it's at. You know, like, okay, let's see. Okay, if Morales fought Leon, which again, it solves the issue we're talking about. You do Brady Shavkat, #1 contender. I don't know. Protez Muhammad, and then Ian Gary versus Usman. How does that sound? No, because why is Bilal ranked #1? What the hell is going on? I mean, I guess he just lost the title fight, so I think Protez Muhammad is a little too much. I think you do Morales. Morales got to fight either. Fuck. You know what? I would almost be more interested in like Morales fighting a viable contender. You know? I don't know. They're going to have a fun time on Tuesday matching up the welterweight division. But yeah, tomorrow for me. If you guys want, we can do another matchmaking stream. That was really fun last time live. I usually do it, make a whole video out of it. I'd rather work on this city life video. But yeah, we can do that tomorrow night if you guys want. I don't know. The matchmaking videos, like, I kind of like doing it for the pay-per-view cards more than anything, but I think it would be fun to make that a weekly thing. Like, we'll just matchmake after the card. Because it's fun to do. It's fun to speculate. State of Kickboxing podcast tomorrow. Tune in for that. Gotta do my research on the sport of kickboxing. And then yeah. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Don't forget that the decision is rigged. Idaho, I loved you. I'm out. See you guys later.